All right, so welcome. We are going to talk about Death and the Serpent here on the Linus Wilson channel. We are talking about the Vikings. So I'll give you the brief rundown of Death and the Serpent. This is the official word. It's Bjorn is forced to act quickly in an aftermath of the election for the king of all Norway. The bandits attack Lagertha's village again, confident of victory, but the defense boils down to a single combat with Lagertha. Victory for the bandits looks less certain. Back in Kattegat, haunted and paranoid, Hvitserk continues to unravel. Now, I gotta say, from the description, I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be a repeat of last episode." But I was pleasantly surprised by it. This is Avery here by my side. He loves to join in these live streams. Um, so, number one, I thought the battle for Lagertha's village was fairly good. I liked their little maze there, and then them stabbing the swords through the things. It's too bad the opposing guys didn't figure that out. But I think the ladies in the maze had the advantage of knowing what was what. I don't really agree with the fact that it was really Lagertha versus Whitehair was the end of it. It was more like a duel, but it was kind of a meaningless duel because it was Whitehair's guys were already routed by that time after they poured the boiling oil on him and burned him and stabbed him through the wooden fences, I guess you'd call that the wooden maze that they created. But it and Gunhild, I didn't see her get injured, but I guess she was injured, so that was the reason why she couldn't go back to Kattegat and see Ubi and Torvi. I guess the big question for me at the end of the episode was why was Lagertha slithering around in Kattegat anyways? It didn't make sense to me. Maybe I missed something there that I understood that she was injured, but where was the rest of her crew? She didn't go there by herself. Um, but she was, and so it was Hvitserk that got to get a revenge against Lagertha for killing his mother, Queen Oslug. And I guess it was ironic that he thought he was killing, uh, he was killing Ivar the Boneless in that case, or he saw Lagertha as a snake. I guess it's also kind of ironic since Ragnar, his father, died from the snakes. But anyways, so that was the end of Lagertha, and she looked pretty pathetic in her duel with Whitehair. But anyway, she did survive it. Lagertha, I think, has the most credits for the actress Catherine Winnick has the most credits for episodes, and I don't think she'll ever be touched. But I guess there's 14 more episodes ahead, and so maybe somebody will be able to get in. I don't think so. I think Catherine Winnick has the record there, and so she survived a lot longer than we thought. Did not go down to Ivar, but rather his brother Hvitserk, who got revenge for the death of his mother, although unwittingly in some sort of drug madness induced hallucination. I was glad we didn't get any more hallucination or long hallucinations from Hvitserk because I thought they were really setting it up way too much. And I don't know what we're going to see from him for the rest of the season. Hopefully, not any more hallucinations. But let's go back to the election. I guess the election, they set up the election. We thought in episode 5 that they were going to the signs were that Harold was kind of rigging the vote by pressing the flesh and talking to all the jarls and kings before the big vote. But then he decided to vote for Ivar. I think it was Olaf also voted for Ivar, and I'm sorry, not so. Olaf and Harold Finehair voted for Bjorn. So Bjorn seemed like the lock. He opened up the election to other people as a magnanimous gesture, and it turns out that Harold stole the vote, even though Harold voted for Bjorn as one of the early votes. But then, once he had won the election, Harold Finehair seemed pretty jubilant. He didn't seem modest anymore, and he kind of was excited in a way that was somewhat disturbing. And I don't know the name of the guy from Iceland. And so he obviously promised the guy, or he didn't promise, but the guy from Iceland said he wanted men, and so he could make himself king of Iceland. But Harold was kind of non-committal on that. And then somehow he took from that Bjorn was in trouble from Harold Finehair, and I did not see that at all. I did see that Harold was pretty happy to become king of all Norway, but I did not see that he was necessarily going to kill Bjorn. He definitely said he didn't intend to kill Bjorn. So there may have been some stuff off screen saying that he wanted to kill Bjorn. I don't know why he would want to kill Bjorn personally, or attempt to kill Bjorn, because I think Bjorn would probably just take it personally. Even though Bjorn was visibly disappointed, I kind of think Bjorn's the kind of guy that would be like, okay, whatever. I got Kattegat. I can go raid and pillage somewhere else. I don't really care. So I thought he would have got over it had there not been the assassination attempt. But there was, and Bjorn fled, and the guy from Iceland, whose name I don't know, he did. I guess he did get on the boat, so maybe he will survive. All right, so that we have kind of come to the end of Olaf's storyline. Maybe is Olaf in trouble? Is Olaf going to be killed by Harold? Maybe we'll see that. And then we got to Ivar the Boneless's storyline, and the woman who looks like his former wife, the wife that he killed, Ivar saw get married to Oleg in Kiev, and that was somewhat distressing for poor Ivar, and we don't really know where that's going. What is going on? Is that her evil twin sister? I don't know. Is she raised from the dead? I don't know. It's just all beyond me, this whole plot of bringing back Ivar's former dead wife with brown hair. But it definitely is the same actress. So, I think next week, what are we setting up? I'm not quite sure. They seem to be indicating that we're going to get closer to the Ruth Vikings invading the Vikings of Norway. And it looks like there may be some trouble for Bjorn if he can get back to Kattegat and reunite with his forces. So, I guess the question is, if Ivar comes back, is he going to unite with Bjorn? Is he going to unite with Harold? I think that's kind of up in the air. I don't think we know who the alliances are at this point. I didn't think things looked very good for Gunhild or the daughter of Torvi and Ube on that island, which I think is unnamed, but hopefully they'll be okay. At least they got rid of Whitehair and his men. All right, so subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. We do videos on The Witcher and the Vikings, and we'll probably pick up The Wheel of Time and Lord of the Rings whenever those things come out with. There's some rumors that Wheel of Time may come out as early as 2020, but we still are doing analysis of The Witcher Season 1, and we've got lots of tips and tricks videos and Let's Plays for The Witcher. You should check those out. We come out with the Let's Plays on Thursdays. That's the way we're doing it right now, and the tips and tricks on Saturdays. But sometimes maybe we'll release more, and we're probably going to have another Witcher analysis video tomorrow. Bye-bye. Good luck on the path. Don't let an axe hit you. I'm Linus Wilson.